If you or your staff aren't winning the trust of your prospective patients within the first 10 to 15 minutes of that initial phone call or consultation, then you are losing a ton of money and missing out on a ton of impact on those patients that would have said yes if you would just do the 5 things that you're about to learn in this video. Hi, my name is Jared Carter and welcome to this episode. I'm a physical therapist, a cash-based practice owner since 2010, and the creator of the Private Pay Profit Formula. I help my colleagues just like you to create their own concierge, out-of-network, or cash-based practices so that you can end reliance on greedy insurance companies, provide a level of care you are ultimately proud of, and especially reclaim your profits and your future. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because I put out free trainings like this all the time, and they always have a free resource designed to get you results faster. And the free resource in this episode is my cash pay closing scripts. They are select scripts from the initial phone call and consultation that I've provided to hundreds of my clients who now use them to get a massive increase in the number of yeses they get, taking leads from interested prospective patients into cash pay customers. You can go to drjaredcarter.com, episode 39, and download that right now. All right, let's dig into the 5 ways to quickly build trust and get more yeses to your cash-based healthcare services. Number 1 is listening. Now that may sound quite self-evident, but so often, whether it's the way that consultations are scheduled and not having enough time on the schedule, or maybe the person answering the phone is also checking people out, whatever the case may be, those phone calls and initial consultations can often be rushed, and the person is not taking the time to just relax and really listen to what the person is saying. Listening to somebody is the perfect way to start with them feeling trusted, because quite often it's something that has not happened to them in a healthcare setting before. So make sure that you are adjusting schedules, maybe setting up a situation where the person answering the phone is either virtual or could step into a quiet space while someone else takes over their admin duties or their reception duties. Whatever the case may be, make sure that you can take your time and fully listen. Number 2 is reflecting, basically reflecting or giving a summary of what they've told you. 1, so that you can make sure you fully understand all the details, but 2, to let them know that you did listen, that you were actually listening. You want to reinforce, hey, at this clinic, we listen to our patients. We really care enough to take the time to do that. And little side pro tip is that if they've already had an initial phone call with somebody and then they come back in for an initial, whether it's a free consultation or full consultation, those notes from that phone call need to be passed on to whoever is doing that consultation. And early in the consultation, if not, one of the first things you're going to say is, hey, I know that you spoke with so-and-so on the phone, and I just want to do a quick summary of the notes that they gave me from your phone call. Make sure I'm understanding everything, and then we can fill in the details. You can ask your questions, and I have a few clarifications as well that I need to make. And then go into that summary. Number 3 is mirroring communication style. If somebody comes in and they're super high energy, you need to raise your energy, raise your voice a little bit, sit up, change your posture, really match the level of energy and communication style that person has. If somebody's cracking jokes and really laughing a lot, giggle with them, crack jokes back. If somebody's really fearful or subdued or lower energy, a little more reserved, then calm yourself, lower yourself down, just match what they're doing. Also with actual postures and body positions. If somebody is sitting back and more of a self-soothing type position, when you've asked them a question and they're answering, you can assume that same position. These are subconscious ways. It's a little more of a next level move, but these are subconscious ways that actually will build trust. They feel that this person relates to them, that they can relate to you, that you understand them when you're mirroring their communication style and their body positions. If they're leaning in, you lean in. If they're leaning back, you lean back. So this is something that is, once you get all this other stuff down, then add this one in, because if you're thinking about, oh, I need to mirror this and do this and that, and you're not actually listening, then it can actually work against you. So first and foremost, get really good at all the other stuff. Once you feel like you can implement this number 3 tactic, then do so while still maintaining that focus on what they're actually saying. Number 4 has to do with focusing on goals and limitations. And I talk about this all the time, but really when it comes to building trust, it's going deeper than just surface level goals and the reasons that those things are important to them. If somebody is in your clinic for a medical condition or an injury or whatever that's keeping them from running, and we've established that's one of their most emotionally charged limitations, you're not saying, okay, so this is keeping you from running, or you're not running as much as you want to, and so our goal is going to be to get you back to pain-free running. That's fairly surface level, right? You want to go deeper than that. So, hey, if I could snap my fingers and this were not an issue at all, How many days a week would you like to run? How long would those runs be? What's your weekly mileage? Let's get some real detailed goals and know exactly what we're pushing to get you back to. That has a lot of different components in terms of pushing psychological buttons that can help you get the yeses. But to the topic of this video of building trust, what it does is it shows empathy. It's, wow, this person really cares about what's important to me. And then taking it one step further, as I've talked about, getting the why, right? The why something is important can be very different from one runner to the next, or from one gym goer to the next, or from one grandparent to the next, right? If it's not self-evident, then ask, why is it important that you get in 35 miles a week each week? The answer to that could be very different from one person to the next. So I'd really like to know, what is it about running that you really love, or that you really feel compelled to do it, or that makes you feel compelled to do it? And when you get down to the why, again, it pushes certain emotional buttons, but really in terms of building trust, it's showing empathy, that you care about what they care about and you want to know why this is important to them. Number 5 is giving assurance that this is something that they're not alone, right? That other people deal with this, that it's treatable, and that you and your staff have high levels of success treating it. Giving them that assurance. If you don't say it, you might know it in your head, but if you don't say it and really imply, hey, we treat this all the time and with high levels of success. And we've had patients like you that come in with this type of shoulder pain and they can't do their overhead lifts and they have very similar goals. And we've had really so many success stories with this exact thing. So I'm really excited that you're here with us today, because I'm very confident that we can help you. Like, that kind of statement, to give them that assurance, is super, super important for them to build the trust in you as a person, but also the trust that you're going to help them to get to the end result that they're seeking. So there you have it, the 5 ways to quickly build trust with your prospective patients to get more yeses to your cash-based services. If you got something out of this video, please let me know in the comments below. Share it with a colleague who you think may benefit as well. In the next video, we're going to build on these cash pay kind of closing scripts and approaches to the initial phone call as well as consultation. So again, get those cash pay closing scripts at drjaredcarter.com/39. Just scroll down. It's a free download. Go grab that now and start to implement that in your practice so you can start getting more yeses right away, along with these trust building strategies that you just learned. And in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to get even more yeses with those really hard to convert leads by using just 3 words. So I'll see you in the next video.